Welcome one and all. We're going to breeze through a few of the artifacts here that we have set out on the table. Here we have the triangle head motif with the black dot for the eye. You can see his partner right next to him. And he always has that little indentation for the lips and the top right hand tab. You can see that kind of spiking out over there as well. And here we have some spear points. This one is a profile image right here. And looking at it from different angles, you can see how these same shapes, if you look closely at the edges and the corners of these, you can see how they're actually the same exact replicas of themselves. The way that the lines kind of come down and the way that they're shaped. Here we have a statue of a woman. She's a woman this way, and she's actually a woman the other way as well. So on this side she's painted. You may be able to see there. And her little black eye. You can see the hair coming down, of course. And then for the other side, drawn out right there. And you can see this one here. Careful not to knock them together. Of course, the same kind of profile there. And if you look closely where the eye should be, you should be able to see little spots for eyes. Look at the paint, especially when you tilt this one. This one's a really incredible one. It also has portraits on the right hand side as well, face to face. This one that I have here next to it is a more archaic version, but you can kind of see how the difference is between these two here. Let me set you down. So this older version, you can see instead of the paint, you're going to see more carvings. You're going to see the spots for the eyes there on the sandstone painted piece. May not necessarily be older, it may just be from a different people. However, thank you for the intro. You guys know it always takes me a minute to get warmed up. We have lots of artifacts out here. I put some feathers in the gateway piece, so this is going to be an exciting one. Got many of the photorealistic portraits out. So thank you guys for joining me today for this. First off, let's go ahead and take a look at, from the top left, of course we took a look at the alien heads, but our spear points there, you can kind of see them from this angle. What I've tried to do is take out kind of two of each of everything. So we have two of these guys right here. And so what I believe this represents is a bird kind of looking away, the little bump right there being the beak. And let me go ahead and point this up just a little bit so we can get some more consistency in the background. There we go. I'm gonna have a couple of these. So this one, you can see how if you look at the carvings very closely, kind of ignore this area where it's shaded in. The beak is on the left there, if you're not seeing the bird. This one in my right hand is a very, very cool one because it has birds in all different directions. It's kind of like the classic motif with the duck head and the full bird in a certain way. It's a very classic shape. There we are with the full bird. Several different ways. It's a very classic one. So showing you those classic versions here, kind of can see what's going on with these little bird effigies. And this one on the side here, you can actually see the carvings very well for his eye. See how the circles in there and everything? It's just a little fat bird, probably a sign of fertility. You guys like that one, so I can show you next to a little one, little version. Love the way the eye's coming out in the shadows there, and you can see the way the wings are represented as well. Fantastic one. So this artifact right here is really special. It's coming out fantastic. And this is a great demonstration of how it is a bird, and one way and the other. It turns into duck heads. Maybe the eye is not as defined as what you were looking at before, but if you look closely, the circle and the little lashes and things are still there. And you can see the duck head and the beak represented. The other side is more smooth, but still the carvings are there. fun piece. Let's really look into some duck heads. These duck heads right here are more lifelike. And maybe zoom in on that. It's not coming out super great from what I can see in the camera. Here we have a sandstone red one. So the recessed beak is in black, and this one it is in yellow. Kind of see them facing each other there. There we are. And I have a little tiny one here. You guys have seen him before, with the little yellow spot for the eye, the round head. So when you're looking at, for the duck, you're looking for the round head and the beak. See how it's all like long? So you take that and you make it all even, so you can make it the perfect portrait. It's tuning it in. It's the way the art works. They couldn't carry around 10 different stones. They had to put several different images on one. And what we're focusing on right now are the duck heads. Of course, you can see this one, it almost looks too real to be recognized. Of course, you guys are seeing this one. A lot of people lose their minds when I show them this in real life. They can't believe it. So the classic bird effigy we have here with the red, this is what we're looking at, a multifaceted style of art. When you turn it like this, it turns into the goose head. So you can see the way the goose beak is rippled, the cheek comes out. If you look closely for the stripes and the puffy cheek and the paint. So it's the way this art works. It's a multifaceted style of art. There's a lot more to that piece, but I've gone over it several times, you guys know. The chickens are really great. You guys know these little chickens. We have 2 of these here with the little beaks kind of looking behind them. Show you the other side. So we have 2 of each of all of these characters. You can see the faces there very well. If you look closely in the yellow one and the black one, for that matter, the details, how the curves and everything line up just perfectly. So the reason why we do this, to me, I ask myself sometimes, why do I spend so much time? I've got a YouTube channel now with almost 1,000 subscribers, and I've pledged to donate any of the money that I get from this to indigenous charities. Why are we doing this? Well, because our state is not acknowledging this type of art. And so we're trying to get you guys involved so that you can also contact your state representatives and perhaps give us a hand. We're going renegade, and I'm just going to take your free hand here for a minute. I'm not going to pick up every single one of these guys. We have 2 of each set out. These characters, you see the eyes for them. I've got her drawn out right here. And so you can kind of see the way she's represented there. There's 2 different versions of her. This is a complicated, multifaceted style of stone art, and there's these repeating characters. And a lot of people are gonna recognize this character. Recognize. You better recognize that this type of stone right here, this is the classic heart-shaped bird. It's just a meme. Doesn't necessarily look like a bird to many people, but that's what this is. And it is also the character that we're seeing right here. You guys might not know a lot about stone art, but we can see the X's. You might not be able to see any of this stuff. But you can see the X's. You can see the hashes on this crystal. This is a painted piece of crystal. It's all black, carved out. So if you can't see any of this other stuff, at least you have that to look at. Some of these where you have actually the duck head with the beak and the eye kind of pointing down can be looked at in different ways. I suppose perhaps these ones as well can be looked at like this as well, but this one actually is carved out and painted, so just like a bird cleaning itself in the wing there. Hopefully you guys can see that one relatively easy. So all right, I'm just gonna wait for 9 minutes and 59 seconds and think of something maybe to say in the silence here. So I'm just always talking. Respond in the comments. Let me know what works best for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see. These ones over here were just ones out of a basket. So give me some tips. Thank you. Bye.